Hey, what's up boys and girls? Today we'll be drawing Caterpie from Pokemon. Feel free to draw along and pause the video whenever you like to catch up with me. Let's take a look at the materials we'll need for this drawing. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser, a black marker, and some crayons. So the colors I have here is black for the eye and this little part here. I have a light green and a dark green for the body. Now the highlights right here, that super light green, we're going to leave it white. And then I have a yellow for the under part of the body and an orange color for this antenna here. And a brown for the shadow underneath this thing here and underneath the body. Okay? I also have here with me a sticky roller. It is optional, but when you have this, it makes cleanup a lot easier. Now let's take a look at what shapes and form we can use to create Caterpie. So let's take a look at the head. The head is a big oval, like that. Okay? And then from the head, base on the head, we can make the rest of the body. Kind of like a banana. Okay, in the tail. And based on that shape, see that? And then based on that shape, we can add in more circles or spheres along the body. More spheres for the little legs. See, you got circles, oval, oval, circle, oval, oval, oval. Lots of ovals, okay? So, right here, it's kind of like a water drop. Shape of a water drop, upside down. Alright, if I draw the cross on the face, okay, you can see that the eye is like all the way on the side. Okay, so pretty simple Caterpie. And let's take a look at the lighting. Now we see the highlights, overall highlights are upper left, on the upper left area. Okay, and then the shadow is on the bottom right. Okay, some of the shadow. Now we also see some highlights right here. So I can tell you for sure that the lighting is coming from top down, like this. Okay, it's going to help us when we start putting in the shadow. Alright, let's put this aside and start our drawing. Grab a fresh piece of paper. I'm going to start with the head. So I'm going to position the head about right here. I'm going to mark the left and mark the right. Okay, mark the top, mark the bottom to define like the overall size of my oval. And if you're like me, you're not very good at drawing ovals or circles, you can do this. Draw the four corners and the other four corners and then connect the lines. Voila, you have a pretty decent oval. Like this. Okay, I'm going to draw in the cross. Like this. I'm going to roughly put in the overall shape of the body. So I'm going to take my pencil real quick as a measuring tool. So if I measure the length here to here, it's probably not a very good reference. Let's take the length from here to here. Ah, good. So we see it's about, the length of the head is about the length from the neck to the body. So I can take that and use it here. So I know the bottom of the body is going to be about right here. Okay. tip right here has a little circle and upside down water drop. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna make the head a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna make my sphere just a little bit bigger. Fill up the entire page a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to start adding the other details on the body and the head. Okay, so the mouth, it's about right here. Like that. And draw in another oval here. Okay. So I'm going to make this circle a little bit longer. About right here. Looks more like it. Okay. And then now I can put in the eye. Okay. Just like kind of like antenna in the front. Caterpie reminds me of an old Japanese show. I think it's called Kamen Rider. It's like insect-inspired superheroes. Pretty cool. I'm going to make the eye a little bit bigger. Okay. Finishing off my circle here. Okay, I'm going to draw this other circle here. Or oval. Okay, another oval here. Okay, another oval here. And then finish up this oval here. Adding the feet one by one. Okay, finish off the body. So I'll change the location of this foot a little bit more to the left to match our reference a little bit better. Okay. Alright, good. So I'm going to refine all the line work a little bit better. So always start drawing lightly. And when you start refining your drawings, you know, the more definitive lines you're going to go over again, make it darker. And the lines that are blurry and drawn lightly, that you don't like it, it's going to stay there, but it's going to look like it's fading away, because the more definitive lines, it's going to stand out more. So I'm just going over the entire drawing, looking for area where it's blurry, not sure, not definitive, and filling in the lines so that when I trace it in a moment, it makes my job easier. Take the guesswork out of it. Okay, almost done. Okay, now I'm going to put my reference aside, grab my marker, start tracing. So when you're watching the video, and if you need to catch up with me, feel free to pause the video and continue when you've caught up. When you're tracing, feel free to rotate the paper. A lot of times you can't see it if your hand is in the way or it's an area too dark. It's also a good habit to draw from top to bottom and left to right when you trace. So just in case your marker doesn't dry as fast as mine, you won't smear the marker lines. And remember, if you're drawing like a very long curve or very long straight line, sometimes it's very hard to trace it with the marker in one stroke. You can do it with 2 or 3, as many as it takes. It's okay. Like I'm doing right now. See, I'm not trying to finish the circle, you know, with one stroke. I did it with like 6 or 7 or 8. I wasn't counting, but as many as it takes. Now you'll notice when you push down on your marker, you're going to get a thicker line. When you push down lighter, you're going to get a lighter line. So that's what I'm going to do. For the outside profile lines, I'll push down harder. For little details inside, I'll push down very lightly. Okay, so now I have all my line work. I'm going to grab my eraser and start erasing all these pencil lines that I don't need anymore. When you're erasing, what I like to do with your left hand, or the hand that you're not erasing, hold down the area that you're erasing. Then with your right hand, you can erase it. So you won't risk wrinkling the paper like that one time I did. I forgot which video it was. Okay, but if you hold it down like this and erase, you won't have that problem. Most likely, you're not gonna have that problem. Grab my roller again, clean it up, nice. And then now I'm going to color it in. I'm gonna start coloring with the smaller areas first because they're very quick and easy. So I'm gonna start with the black and this area right here. I'm just gonna fill it in. It's just so easy, so little. Might as well just take care of it now. Don't worry about the big areas later on. Okay, so the eye, we have like a highlight right here, which we're gonna leave it as white, and then fill it in the color. Good. Now we're done with the black, see? And then since black is such a dark color, I'm going to roll it over with the roller. Bring up the paper a little bit. Now we're gonna move on to the red, which is like this antenna kind of thing. Gonna draw in the highlights, which is right here. Gonna highlight right here. Then we have another highlight right over here. Let's take a look. See that? Okay. Now I'm gonna color in the rest of the area. I'm gonna leave the highlight alone. And then I'm going to grab my brown and add that second layer for the shadow. Okay. So I do have to push down a little bit harder for this brown to go on, because the red is kind of thick. So, but that's okay. Okay, clean it up a little bit. Let's move on to the yellow. So I'm going to grab the yellow. So highlight right here, I'm going to leave it as white. And then just color in the rest of the area. Okay, I'm going to look at my reference here, because there are these circles on the body that I do want to get in. So draw this circle here. Draw another circle here. Draw one more circle, another circle, and another circle. Okay. Okay, so color it in here, yellow. Okay, and then let's start coloring the body. Not yellow. Ooh. Okay, so the goal is to color evenly, so you'll get better and better control through practice. So you don't want to have like some area that's super thick with color and some area that's very light. You want an even, nice coat of colors. Alright, I'm gonna grab my brown and then color in the shadow of the tail. Okay, so this entire part underneath is in shadow. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, very good. I'm gonna grab my roller again, lightly clean it. Finish off with the one last layer of coloring, which is the green. I'm gonna leave out all the highlights. So we got some highlights over here in the back, right here. And then we got some highlight right here, some highlight right here that I'm gonna leave out. And then for the head, it's right here. Okay, right here. All right, the rest area I will just color in. Again, two things to remember is to color evenly and try to follow the form of the object when you're coloring. Okay, I'm gonna grab my dark green now and draw in the shadow. Okay, so naturally this entire back portion of the tail is in shadow, so I'm going to cover it with this green. And this layer right here, this right here, and the shadow here. Alright, take a look and we got all of them. Shadow here, shadow here, shadow here, here, right here, right here. So most of it are form shadows. Form shadow is when the shadow follows the form of the object. Only a couple of them are cast shadows. So we have a cast shadow right here with the antenna and some cast shadow right here underneath the nose. So actually you missed that part. So I'm going to draw in this cast shadow right here, just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to use my roller now, clean it off, and then grab my marker and thicken the profile lines. So the profile lines are like the outermost edge of the object, of the line work. I like to make them thicker so the entire drawing will pop out more, your character will pop out more. This is optional. If you don't like the look of it, you don't have to do it. At the end of the day, it's your drawing. this antenna here. Come in. That. I'm actually going to thicken this part as well. Like that. Okay. This part, I'm going to make it cut in a little bit more. This. Underneath the feet. Alright. There we have it. Caterpie from Pokemon. Hope you guys enjoyed this session of drawing. Let me know in the comments below what we should draw next. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.